You're in New York City and you want to get to Niagara Falls. To get there by plane, it would take you 1 hour and 20 minutes. By car, it's 6 hours and 46 minutes. And going by train would take roughly 9 hours. But let's say you wanted to go by bike. That's 7 days, and that's the Empire State Ride. 540 miles, an elevation change of 10,000 feet, and 200 other riders. And the best part, it's all for a good cause.
Really touching, to say the least, and just sort of empowering too. The story is extraordinary. This woman riding that bicycle that far. I mean, I can't even make around the block these days. But it does a great job at sort of letting us understand why these sort of events are important to people. Well, there is a point. And this documentary does a great job at exemplifying that point. These things matter to people going through what is likely to be the most difficult time in their life. And just the way it affects them and the people around them, I think it's just, it's good. It's a good thing. And I like that this documentary exists, and I really recommend checking it out.
Very well made documentary. It was very emotionally moving. The interviews were well shot. It seemed like they asked great questions because the subjects of the documentary were very open, sharing very personal and emotional things about people in their lives, loved ones who have suffered and died from having cancer. I thought that was a very emotional subject matter to tackle. And they did a good job of combining footage from the fundraising race that they do through upstate New York, coupled with the talking head interviews. I thought it was a very straightforward style of a documentary that I really enjoyed. It really got the point across, and it really pulled on your heartstrings, hearing all the stories from the individuals, and it was very, very well done.
I really loved this documentary. This one actually really touched me. The choice of interviewees was really good. Usually you'll get like an interview of the person actually involved in an illness, the person suffering from an illness, but this interview actually took a family member that was along the ride for someone who was sick. And sometimes that is what people forget about.
I really like the way that the main story gets introduced with Melinda. It's very emotional and very inspirational. I really like all these people getting together, united for a cause, to raising funds or being an inspiration for others and helping others. Is a really beautiful inspiration.
I had goosebumps the whole time watching it. So touching to see how someone would fought the whole time and would stay positive the whole time while going through the cancer. It was such a touching story to watch. Goosebumps the whole time and tears.
Really powerful for me. As someone who has lost my own mother to cancer at a young age, this really pulled at my heart, wrenched at my heart. I really liked, from a cinematography standpoint, the transition between, the stories and then the hope. So the music in the background really uplifted you after seeing Melinda's pain for her sister, and the son's pain for his mother. The music behind it was phenomenal in my opinion. The piano vamps that they did over and over was great. The single tone with the small vibration and the piano overlay at the end, I think, was really I can't really describe it, but it really fit well with the cinematography. And then I liked from a technical standpoint, I really liked the symmetry shots in the beginning of the bike ride with the showing both sides of the road. Later on in the film, there was a scene from behind with fields on both sides, and then the scene from the top, from above, sort of indicating, there is hope, looking at the broader picture of things. So I really liked, from a how it was really put together and made. It really conveyed the message well. It really emphasized, how good of a cause, the 500-mile ride can be for the Roswell
For me, it
Institute.
was really nice near the end when I think the woman's name was Melinda Delfrat, when she said that her why changed and it became about people and connecting with people and connecting with her own personal life force and will to overcome and connecting with people and helping each other heal from the trauma of what cancer really is. And I also liked the message of how visible the riders were as they went through New York, because I think it is something that we all need to talk about.
The way that they built the narrative when they were interviewing the two different people, and I liked the scenic shots along the journey. The storyline kind of evolved to the point where the reason for doing the ride was different at the end, and I thought that was an interesting story.
Very, very well produced. Very well delivered. Very gorgeous, and especially the sets for the interviews. So delicious. Just like, yeah, such a eye candy to look at.
I felt hearing the reasons for kind of joining the bike ride was very personal and moving and touching.
Very well executed, photographed, and I love that the cameras didn't move when Melinda was talking about her sister and she broke out in tears. I really, really love that. I thought that was great. We don't see that too many times, that when the emotion wells up, the camera will move away. We didn't see that. Kudos to the filmmakers. Again, great film, great subject.
And I thought that was so impactful. I also really enjoyed the long shots of the cinematography. It was powerful and it really drove the story forward. It's beautifully shot, so bravo.
This one had some beautiful, clean and crisp shots. I also liked the audio and that it was balanced with powerful music that showed the emotional journey of the writers. I also thought it was cool how the text was on a unique background and the pictures look like real photographs, and they even showed the documents, the real life documents that supported what the writers were saying.